My dad passed away December 25th, 2017, on Christmas Day. And, you know, when someone passes away on a holiday like that, especially Christmas, it puts the holiday into a completely different perspective than what it was before. Because, you know, every time it's getting closer to Christmas, and on Christmas Day especially, the first thing I think about when I wake up that morning, is it's Christmas, December 25th, the day he passed away. And he passed away with terminal stage 4 cancer. By the time they found it, it already spread throughout his whole body, and it spread to his lungs, to his liver, it spread everywhere. And they gave him 4 to 6 months to live. He actually lived almost 9 months, so he did better than their expectations. And they wanted him to do chemotherapy, radiation, and all that. And he asked me my opinion of whether or not I should do that. And knowing what I knew at the time about cancer, stage 4, and watching other people die of cancer that went through these treatments, and how they suffered from the treatments more than they actually suffered from the cancer. And, you know, I made the decision that he's better off not to take the chemotherapy and radiation, because in my mind, you know, he was done for. It's just a matter of time. And going to all those treatments, getting all that stuff done, he was going to be sick, really sick. He's going to be losing his hair, going to be going through all the suffering you go through with chemotherapy and the radiation. And, you know, there's been a lot of research that's came out now that most of the cancer patients, or a big majority, or a big number anyway, of the cancer patients, I've seen it last night, I forget exactly how it went, but a lot of cancer patients die from the treatment before they die of the cancer. So that's probably why, you know, he lived longer than they expected, because they thought he would go take the treatments and then die in 6 months, and he lived 8 months. But anyway, now, with some of the things that I have learned, I regret not knowing then. I know that sounds stupid, because how could you know something then that you learned later on? Because now it's more out in the open. But there were medications at the time that aren't typical cancer treatments, and I will put a photograph of one up here and one over here. And these are supposed to be effective when combined. There's lots of evidence of this individually, but even more effective when combined together. But I didn't know it at the time, and it's been really bothering me that I didn't know it. Because if I had known that, I would have definitely tried that with him. Because what would it hurt? He is already at stage 4 terminal, so why not try to see if he was cured? And there's lots of evidence that came out, and testimonies of people that has had stage 4 cancer that have done these treatments and cancer-free. My mom's neighbor, he had stage 4 brain cancer, and they gave him, I think she said, 3 to 4 months to live, terminal. And that's been like 5 years ago, and he's still alive and cancer-free now. And, you know, he didn't say exactly, he didn't tell her exactly, he didn't tell it to me, he told it to her. But I would say, because he said that he had took some things that wasn't typical. And this is more likely what that it was. But I wish that I knew then what I know now, because I would have definitely tried it. And that has really bothered me that I didn't know it, because I like to pride myself in knowing these things. But no one can know everything, but I'm wrestling with this quite often, because I really wish that I had known, that I had seen the results, that I had seen the research, that I had seen the testimonials then. However, that was before the whole C-19 scare and all this came out, and it wasn't really being talked about. Now, you know, this was talked about a lot during the pandemic. And then we are now hearing more about this. So all that C-19 has actually brought this information out to the public, in my opinion. So that's one good thing that happened from all that. I gotta watch what I say here, guys. That's one good thing that happened from all that was put upon us by the powers that be in the media. Information. And, you know, I'm not a doctor, can't give medical advice, but I'm thinking about personally starting to take this and this, doing the treatment about once a year. Because, in my opinion, for me, not for you, for me, you have to make all your own decisions yourself, that it would be better to catch it before you know you have it, before you actually have any symptoms, or even before you actually have it. If you can use something to stop it, to prevent it, that's even better. So you know that if it was effective at stage 4, which a lot of evidence is showing that it is, it'd be even more effective at stage 1, or be even more effective before you get it at all, to prevent it. But this video is going to be demonetized for sure. Probably get a strike on the channel for sure, or a warning, I would say. So I might need to put this up somewhere else. I don't know yet, guys. I'll have to figure this out here in a little bit. But this is my personal story, the things I've thought. Is it medical advice? I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not saying anything cures anything. I'm just saying that from what I'm seeing, what people are saying, there's more and more proof coming out that it's factual. But have you ever had something like that you might have been able to prevent happened in the past if you knew then what you know now? Should not have bothered me. Should not have bothered me, but it does. Because I feel like I should know everything. That sounds crazy, but I research everything to death. I read, I research. I look at all the evidence on everything, including, you know, global power structure, health, everything that's important. I research it ad nauseum. And I feel like I should have known about this and this back then in 2017. Anyways, guys, I really had no idea what I was going to say in this video. I just knew it had been on my mind for some time now, and I wanted to make a video just talking about it, I guess. It kind of helps to talk to the camera sometimes. So DJI Action 5 here I'm talking to right now with this DJI microphone. Anyway, give me your thoughts in the comments below. I don't want to ramble on here all morning. Got things to do. Comment below, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.